Hey, good morning. How are you? This is Rich Vision. Here today to speak about my book. If you didn't know, it is on Amazon and also on my website www.richvision.com. If you didn't purchase a copy, please support mental health. It is very important. This month is Mental Health Month, and I was privileged to get the opportunity to perform 15 minutes at GG Gallery. Um, the last for like last week, but it was 2 weekends ago. And it was just a phenomenal experience to be able to just perform new music and continue to be a light in the mental health community. I am wearing my "You're Loved" mental health suicide awareness shirt. I'll be doing another poetry reading. Yesterday I did not do one because I had the gala event. More on that to come. It went well. I will post video and photos soon. Um, this is called self-sabotage. I'll get right into it, and then I'll do like a brief with it. How are you? So this is called self-sabotage. Discard my dreams. Said they were false realities. Romanticized your words. Diagnosed myself with insanity. Closed my notepad. Closed my eyes. Attempted to see the vision, naysayers buried deep inside. Question God whether music is the right path I'm on. Why do I question if I even belong? In a world feel in a world where I am the butt of their jokes, compared myself to my contemporaries, victimized by false hope. Someone's prescription, under their conditions, told them to be a voice. Rewind. Someone's prescription under their conditions told, hey Sarita, I'm doing one called self-sabotage. Where was my place? Told him to be a voice. I'll start over. I'll redo it because this is very powerful. Described my dreams. Said they were false realities. Romanticized your words. Diagnosed myself with insanity. Closed my notepad. Closed my eyes. Attempted to see the vision. Naysayers buried deep down inside. Question God whether music is the right path I'm on. Why do I question if I even belong? In a world where I am the butt of their jokes, compared myself to my contemporaries, victimized by false hope. Someone's prescription under their conditions, told to be a voice and remain in mental prison. You're just a walking contradiction. Slight me for my contribution as I spar for my difference. Unworthy, etched in my faint memory. Distance myself, so after serenity, at the mercy of a narrative draining my mental energy. Unsolicited advice was not indicative of seeking a remedy. Where, from cutting myself, a disservice to my mental health, how can I preach acceptance? How can I preach acceptance when I don't accept myself? Why do I place burdens on my back? God said lay burdens on my back. Why can't I use my gifts without feeling attacked? Why am I so quick to react? Desensitized by your shallow allegations, like I wasn't born to heal a future generation. Lord, I'm gonna stop there because I'll continue, but this is in alignment, like for real, for real. I was speaking earlier, I did a quick Zoom and I posted it on my YouTube channel about me being inspired to be a legend. I could because I am a legend in my own right. So I had this concept of legacy, and I told my coach that that's the concept I wanted to tamper with, play around with, if you will, for my next studio session for July. And I was thinking one of the lines is like, being I don't want to butcher the line. I'm actually looking at it now. Something. So it's basically saying I'm saying as to leave an impact on this world. I did say generation, but it was a little hard to say within that bar, that beat. So I changed it to world. So to leave an impact on this world, leave something behind, legacy. And here I'm saying in this poem about wanting to heal a future generation, right? You know what I mean, after me. So like an alignment, that's what I'm saying. So I'll go back to it. Self-worth seen from heaven's eyes, the reason I chose not to commit suicide. Dreams will never be content laid in a cold casket. When my dream was the reason, self-harm is not a habit. Silence the critics, cause I chose to be a guide to those grappling with inner demons in their lives. I held and I said this yesterday in the gala too. I held the pen back then and tonight. I won't be condemned for being someone's light. I'm gonna repeat that again. I won't be condemned for being someone's light. I chose to be here for my family and myself. Refuse to allow fear to keep me living bite-sized. I refuse to be victimized by self-sabotage. I am a misfit fighting for a cause. Thank you. I This is so deep. This is really deeper than the title. Like this is deep. I even wrote a song about self-sabotage with someone, with a singer in my former music community, because we would notice like how we sabotage in the virtual class, and we were just like, why don't we just write a song about it? And it's like, and it's unfortunately still sitting on the hard drive. We will get to that, because that song will empower other people to get out of their self-sabotage. And so I'm also like, you know what, I'll put that on the thing, reach out to my to-do list. You see, sometimes when I come on these lives, I have so many ideas. Reach out to about the song. Yeah, why not? You know what I mean? And I'm like, self-sabotage for me is it's like bigger than me. Like, it's just, where do I start? It starts from me allowing other people to dictate my worth. And that's when I got into a lot of trouble. I the thing about me is, what I used to do is, what a lot of people don't know me. This is like the raw uncut. Like, this is, so what a lot of people don't know about me is, what I did was, I would get the, yes, exactly, Savita. Yeah, because I'm getting more fluid now, and I'm doing it every single day. So now it's like I have no excuse not to show up for myself, because again, this is like 2 months of content, really. The book, even more, because it's like backstories on backstories. There's so much to delve into deeper, and that's why I'm like, reaching out to podcasts and stuff. Like, sometimes with the lives, it's hard to get everything out of me, because there's so much past, future, and like how I feel about it now versus then. Like I just did a live yesterday, speaking about to when a lady had was doing 2 readings for my book, and I was speaking about it, and also we'll get that footage, and I'll cut that up as well for content for the week. Plus, the pictures from the last event and the pictures from the gala, and the other event that I did. So I have a lot of stuff to post. But in regards to the self-sabotage, what a lot of people don't know me is I used to take a lot of what people were saying, um, and I would not hold it on the poster, but I would screenshot them on my phone. And what I would do is I will save the screenshots, and sometimes I'll have it on all of my computers. And I know this is crazy. I know, it's for me. It's like it's more than just yeah. It's deep. Self-sabotage is deep, and I pull these things out and I read it, and I look at it as if it was like a meditation. Right, my biggest mistake ever, because what I realized is by meditating on those wrong voices, on those negative voices, I internally started becoming negative. I fell into bad habits like self-harm, and things. I would there was times I even say in the book, I would just like I would literally like I would put, let's say for example, I was recording a song, right, and a demo, and because I was so infatuated, I mean, by Kendrick Lamar. He's one of my idols in the rap industry, and for a while now I used to be jealous of him and his accolades, as well as J. Cole. And I would tell my teacher, well, they can hold space for the music industry, and I could just go about my way and go about my business, meaning like I don't want to do music anymore. And she was like, you need to cut it out. That it's not fair that I'm comparing myself to people with, twice as much experiences as me with bigger teams. And I didn't really take heed to what she was saying, because at the time I really felt like I wasn't contributing anything with my music, because I allowed those screenshots, voices, what I was saying yesterday, voices, screenshots, all of that in my head, right? And because I allowed it to fester in my head, I started to project that outwardly. That unworthiness. I would hang my head down in shame, as if I was doing something wrong in the world by contributing music that was saving lives and impacting people. But I was like, but I kept those positive voices shut. The loud ones were more took more precedence in my life. They were louder. So which is crazy in a sense. Like why the negative voices are louder than the positive voices? Why is that? I had to tell myself, like, the balance. How does that work? And you preach. I'm talking to me. I preach. Motivation, meant for more. I am enough as I am. I sing the songs. I encourage people that, and I'm here not adhering to my own advice. I'm listening to negative voices, and I'm calling myself not enough. I'm calling myself stupid. I'm calling myself a waste of space. I'm saying that life would be better if I was dead. I'm saying all these things, and you know what I mean. And I'm like pretty much fueling those negative voices, and I'm putting the it's like the fire. You put more fire. It. You know what I mean. You put more fire in the fire. What's gonna happen? A bit more bigger fire, right? So that's what I was doing with my negative thoughts. I started to fester, and because they were like stopped, um, one after the next, that's when I started spiraling, because I wasn't able to control all those thoughts. Times where I would record the song, because I internalized a lot of the stuff, and because I was comparing myself to Kendrick. I even say this on the video, so I'm not just like just talking out of the air. I even see this on video. and I put on my channel, I used to compare myself to Kendrick Lamar, and I used to wear a label of I'm not enough. People used to call me trash. I literally would call myself that, and then I also would. When I was recording, what I would do is I would slap myself in the face every time because I didn't think that my take was good enough. Like this out of nowhere, this slap here, slap there. You know what I mean? What are you doing? Do that take again. And what is that? That's self-sabotage. That is self-sabotage. Because I'm attempting to compare myself to other people and discredit my worth and the value that God gave me. What made you do that? Doing that, yeah. Oh, so we were saying what made me do that? What made me do that was I didn't really have control of my thoughts. um I really feel like I didn't really have control of my thoughts and my behavior, so I started acting out in ways that were not indicative of the person who God made me to become. So for me, I'm thinking excuse me, in the future, like now, the reason, I could only imagine the reason why I did that was because of me thinking that, what I was doing didn't have any worth. And a lot of times I tie in my self-worth with what I'm doing. And I know you mentioned that, Sarita, too, in the calls. And I always, like, raise my hand when you say that, because I always tie in my self-worth with what I'm doing. Every single time. If people cut on my music, say all this, I'm like, okay, that's a jab at me. Because for me, that my music has been my identity for so long, and even my therapist was challenging me, like, you're so much more than your music. And it's so hard for me to realize that, because I'm so wrapped up in my music, because I'm doing music every single day. If I'm not rehearsing for a gig, or I'm listening to my music on repeat. So it's just like, for me, that's always been my life for a while, and that's my career path. So it's easy for me to tie in that music with my self-worth. And of course, I'm proud of doing that. And one thing that was a trigger for me, to be honest with you, is the word lazy. So one time, someone had called me lazy, and I'm here, like, thinking, like, out of all people, with the work ethic I have, you know what I mean? But me being so gullible at the time, and believing what people were saying, rather than me listening to my own voice and allowing that to have more precedence in my life, what I did was I decided to listen to him calling me lazy. And what happened? Guess what happened after I took his advice? At what time? Yes, I believe that. Yes. Um, what happened was I ended up, because of the fact that he called me lazy. I started to prove, right, again, tied back to the busyness, self-worth, self-sabotage. This is all in alignment. Every single thing, like, it's not like separated. Everything is connected. So um in general, like, I'm thinking, like, wow, like, how did this happen? How did I allow, one comment to dictate my whole life? Like, literally, I was, when I say self-sabotage, this is like the extreme. I would literally, like, I would be up, like the wee hours of the morning, and, like, I literally would be, like, pulling all-nighters, um Friday night, I think sometimes Saturday night, um, to the morning, right? And my to-do list was ridiculous. Like, my to-do list was like, from whatever, 2 to 3, or 2 to 3, do a song, from 3 to 4, write another song from 4 to 5, do another song, and from 4 to 5, and do this, and so you get my drift. Like, every hour was capped. And then I'm thinking like, and I wish I would, and I literally would print this out and give them to my family. Like, this is the agenda for the day. I cannot be bothered. This is the agenda what I have going on for today. Leave me be. And and then what I did was I started to I didn't really eat really I didn't really sleep well because I mean I was up pulling all nighter, so you could imagine what that did once I kept up with that routine, that schedule. So, and with the no really hardly any breaks, so I was constantly working, and then my mind didn't have a time to shut off. So then I ended up again spiraling. Cause why? Cause I allowed somebody else's voices. Same thing. The concept yesterday. Voices, self-sabotage. And this is connected. To in order to shift my psyche. Why do you think you put? Oh, she said. Why do I think I put so much? Why do I think I put that much pressure on myself? The reason why I think I put my pressure, no, not think, I know why, it's because I wanted to prove them wrong. So every single time I would put out music or put out something, not always I wanted to, I'm gonna just be straight up, I wanted to impress them in one shape or form. I'm not even gonna lie about it, because I won't lie about it, because again, chasing other people's validation really didn't do good for my mental health, because I was always chasing their what their expectations of me were, rather than having a standard that I can be proud of for myself. It's like I've come such a long way. And even when my friends mentioned yesterday, when he was at the gala event, he was like, I've come so far, like, since I've first seen you perform to now. And he only seen me perform a handful of times, not even like a lot, you know what I mean? Not like see me for like 2 years, 3 years doing it. But just for him, as someone who's like new to seeing me in a sense, sees my growth, and and this is not up to get on a tangent, but sometimes it's like I don't see my growth because I'm allowing other people's narratives to dictate my own. And that's a great question, by the way, because now I'm thinking about it. It's like, okay, why? Like, and it's good to question a lot of things, because again, it's like, if I'm not constantly questioning what's happening, I'm constantly like, if I'm constantly doing and just doing it without like a why or purpose why I'm doing it, then it feels like it's in vain, or it just feels like I'm just doing it just to do it, or just to check it off a to-do list, rather than doing stuff with intention and purpose and integrity. Why do I need to be validated? So really, you putting me on the spot, girl? No, I love this. I love you. I Why do I need to be validated? The reason why I need to be validated, because for some reason for a while I wasn't thinking that I was able to provide that for myself. So I would hang on to, pretty much like I was hanging on everything someone else has said. Like, I'm like, oh, you're just false hope. My calendar is questionable. Diddy should, whatever, throw my CD out the window. Like, all this stuff, right? That's past stuff. So for me moving forward, now I am able to validate myself and give myself my flowers, because I noticed I did come a long way. The book was 3 years in the making. A lot of people don't know that, and even the EP was, took a little while to process the mental abuse, and to write about it, and get vulnerable and deep. That took a little while too. And just in general, I think self-sabotage is something, and self-worth are synonymous. They go hand in hand. excuse me, and I truly believe that in order for me to continue to heal and thrive, it allows me. I will be more intentional about giving myself my flowers on a daily basis, counting the things that I'm doing on a day to day, and not to say, oh, I did 20 things versus somebody did like less or more than. It's just me validating that what I'm doing is important, and that and just saying that, like, no matter what other people say about me, whether it's the past or now in the future, that I'm only able to dictate my self-worth, and I'm not chasing it after anyone else. And I even say that in my song, like in my song I Am Enough. Like, my self-worth has nothing to do with you. It really doesn't, because at the end of the day, if I'm still chasing someone's validation, and that will allow me to self-sabotage again. And that's something that I work on every day. Is like, no matter, I mean, this I make, sometimes, like, even when I'm performing, like, I could have did that better. But it's like, again, it's everything's an improvement. So, like, for me to be so nitpicky about every single thing, is like, sometimes people can't even get up on the stage, honestly. So, like, for me, it's like those little steps, it means a lot. Just getting up in the morning, that's a step. Just walking on the stage, even though, like, I'm, like, nervous. And, like, even with the gala, like, I was so anxious and excited. And the lady, she was like, Simone, she was like, how you feeling? You nervous, excited? I'm just like, I'm like both, because I'm just like, um acapella is very vulnerable, so it's just, yeah, such a big deal for me to just, like, count my wins, and just, like, which is a reason why I love, Sarita, that you actually remind us to do wins, because sometimes I forget, like, oh wow, I did have a win, because I'm so busy doing and not being and reflecting. And it's like, no, it's good to be like, okay, cool, so now it's time for me to actually, like, give myself flowers and actually appreciate that. Hey, I sold whatever. Oh, not whatever. I sold $2. Okay, cool. That's a good accomplishment versus, oh, like, it needs to be this amount. And it's like, it's like, for me, it's like, everything's a step, regardless if it's like a big or small goal. Everything is relative. Thank you so much, Sarita. I really do appreciate you, and congratulations for you, because you aced your bench test, and now you do have the certificates to be able to do more and provide more for your community, right? Because, again, it's like, it helps when people able to see the things that you're doing and validate, because sometimes it's like, if I don't see it in myself, somebody else is able to be my mirror, and say, wait a minute, like, you're killing it, like Sarita just said now, like, I'm killing it. And I actually do believe that, because I'm doing different events. I just did a gala event. I was privileged to be a feature performer at a gala event. It's not the Met Gala, you know what I mean. But it's still, for me, it is the Met Gala for me, in a sense, because that's my step forward. Um, from years ago, like, I could even, be on stage, like, I would be like, get up on my face with that, you know what I mean. But now I'm just, like, more bold and courageous, and I do it scared, but I still do it. So that really helps me get out of my own way. You're welcome, Sarita. Because it just, like, I don't know, it just gives me more of a um it just fills me up. It reminds me that I have people to serve, that I'm here for a reason, and that the sky's the limit in regards to what I'm able to accomplish. Um, so, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. I spoke. I feel like I spoke a lot um, about this poem, because and I will do another one, because yesterday I missed one, so I'm like, you're doing a double today. So I'm doing another one today. I do, like, a random. Thank you. I really appreciate you, Sarita. this is a lot of this stuff is off the cuff. I pick a random poem and I'm just like, let's talk about it. Cause it's like, what do I have to rehearse? I lived the experience. Um, appreciate you, thank you. Yeah, these poems are vulnerable. Like people see me breaking down, and I'm here like choked up, and I'm here like, you know what? I collect myself because I know like it's not about me, it's about the other person. Sarita, like you said, and it's like if I think about me, I would never even be on this live. I'd be like, you know what? Let me work on something else, and because it's not like I can't. I have like literally like 20 things. Literally like get this done, clean this my desktop out because you know what I mean, and XYZ because I have a studio session next Saturday, another single. So working on, and then it's like I need to work on another single, and like the next week I need to get that ready for July session. So because I'm always like working, so for me like sometimes it's good to just like know that but I'm also realize like when I don't do something, and being held accountable for that is so important for me to have a community that says that my story is important. And for those of you who are watching, even if you watched on a replay, I want you to know that your story is important. And plus, my new single is out. If you didn't know, Save Me. It is on digital platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud as well. Link is in my bio. Like for me, and on my website. The thing about me is like if I know like I didn't do something the next day, like the same day, I'm like, well, I'll do it tomorrow because not saying like it doesn't matter, but like I give myself grace, and what self-sabotage to it helps me to know that like okay, I deserve grace. I'm doing the best I can with the time I have, and there's things that do fall through the cracks. Sometimes I may sleep longer, or sometimes there's things. Sometimes it's just my depending on my mood. But yeah, yesterday it was, I literally came from work. I went to shower, got dressed, and then I had went out, because I had the event, the gala event. So, and then by the time I got home, I was like dead tired. So I was like, I want to sleep. And then, thank God I don't work in the mornings, on the weekends, so I'm able to, in a sense, sleep in per se. So but then now I feel rested, and now I'm able to like I literally just did like an hour or so working on a song, my next song, Legacy. My coach is wrapping up another single for me, that's coming out soon. I'm constantly like I'm working. um Send the link to the group. Yeah, I'll send it to the group, yeah, for sure. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I'll send it to the group. Did you see that performance I sent you, Sarita? The one from the last event? Oh, you didn't? Okay, you didn't. Okay, okay, no problem. I remember me linking it, but send it again. Yeah, okay, I'll send it again. Then yeah, I'll send it again. It might have been like pushed down. But no problem. Yeah, I'll send it. Yeah, I'll send it. Actually, I'll send it right now. And I'll send the song as well over. Let me know what you think. Love feedback, of course. But yeah, thank you. Another plug again. My book is out on Amazon.com and also my website. If you didn't know, my website is on www.richvysion.com. richvysion.com. I am Rich Vision, and I'm here to empower other people to not resort to suicide and empower you to realize your self-worth because you're worthy to be here, and you're not defined by your past, and you're able to carve a new story for yourself, because you ultimately hold the pen. So write your story, write your book, write your narrative, because that is so important to tell your story. Because when you tell your story, not only does it set you free and heal you, but it heals someone else. So like I say in my song, I don't keep it to myself. Don't keep your story to yourself. Don't die with your story, because your story is so important for other people. So when you realize that you are a difference maker, you will feel empowered to continue telling your story, faith, fear, and fear, and in your new reclaimed power. Thank you so much, Savita. I appreciate you. And yeah, I will be back again. Schedule's a little weekends. I don't have a hard schedule like my weekdays. So like, I might, I don't use mine, but I will do another one today. I'll pick another, and I will send I'll send out a group to, a chat with you guys if you're able to do come again, early afternoon or so. But that's not a hard time, because I'm like working on the new song. I'm working on things a lot, music stuff today, rehearsals today, because I have a studio session coming up Saturday. So today is more like rehearsal, but I will definitely do another one of these later on today. I will definitely post when I am live. And I really do appreciate you for showing up for this and allowing me to realize that I'm not alone. Here, like talking to a wall. So, and I know it's not like a wall, but sometimes it feels like it. But it's not. I know there's people watching, listening, even after the fact, And I have been posting them on my YouTube channel as well, for those who are not able to come on live. Thank you so much, and you have a great day on purpose.